बादा मस्त बादा आशा में अहमदियत चलता है दौर मीना ओ जाम अहमदियत.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, guys, Jazakallah everyone for joining. I know it's just a few of us, but Qasim, I'll let you start your news. Then we'll have a small discussion as well. Jazakallah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to K News. Uh, a bit of an update. The headlines have yet to be improved, but inshallah, hopefully they'll be done next week. And maybe in the future, Marbisa suggests I might add some music in the background. Could be a nazam or anything. Also, studies have started, so this could impact Khuddam news, but we'll see. There will not be a special feature today. Straight to British news, sustainable energy. Five sites has been shortlisted for UK energy plants. These are in North Ayrshire, uh, Gaul, Cumbria, Nottinghamshire, and Gloucestershire, and it's a step for providing sustainable energy to UK and maybe deviating from petrol and gas and coal, which we are actually running out of. As you know, the Tariq Jadid is ending. So if you haven't paid all your promises, please do so. Informative news, more fun facts. Do you know glaciers and ice sheets hold about 69% of the world's fresh water, meaning with current global warming and climate change, that 69% water is slowly melting, and that is gonna cause a lot of issues. Also, zombie apocalypse. We run out of things. So what's the UK running low on? Why? So as you know, Christmas might be coming for UK, and during Christmas, these are the things that potentially they will be running out of, and such things are meat, toys, chocolates are actually shortage. We have Kit Kat companies saying they are facing shortages. Turkey and trees are also facing shortages, as well as a bit of home furnishing. So people are requested to be careful when dealing with matters concerning these five things. Entertainment news, robots, self-driving Waymo cars clog up dead ends and in San Francisco streets. So residents in dead end street in San Francisco say that people are being plagued by the influx of self-driving vehicles, and there have been the cars have been having to kind of uh, wait and kind of program themselves just to do a few turns, and it's causing a lot of issues. The Christchurch, New Zealand city parts ways with its visit. The New Zealand city of Christchurch has cast its official visit from the payroll after 23 years of service. It was regarded as a tourist attraction for the Christchurch and performed rain dance in New Zealand and Australia during droughts. And has also been a prominent figure during the protests against the demolition of heritage buildings following the Christchurch earthquakes. Moving straight to sports, these are the current rankings for the Premier League. And tomorrow we have the following seven games happening, and Chelsea's in first place right now.
Mm.
Now for some science news. Uh, Mars, Mars scientists know where to look for life, and the NASA has confirmed the rover is sitting on top of a once great lake that was fed by a meandering river entering a deep off from the west. And this could provides the best opportunity to find signs of ancient life. And these events are taking over 3.5 billion years ago when the red planet's climate was far more sustainable for life. Also, why giant turbines are pushing the limits of possibility. Next year, Danish wind turbine manufacturer will put up a gargantuan prototype, a 50 megawatt uh, wind turbine that will be powerful enough to provide electricity to roughly 13,000 British homes. So generally, on average, the current windmills can generate only about 2 to 3 megawatts, which isn't much. So compared to that, to 50 megawatt is a huge step. So a single turn of this turbine can power a Tesla for 352 kilometers. That's just one circle. So it's really efficient and really energy sustainable. Debate news. So I hope someone's a football expert here. So UEFA referees boss calls for offside rule clarity after the contentious Kylian Mbappe's goal. So for those of you who didn't know, as he was about to shoot the ball, he was offside, but with a slight touch from the goalkeeper, it was selected as onside. So he managed to score a goal. So what do people think about this?
Let's see who's Talha, are you into football? Or you just karate kind of guy? Talha? Daniel, what's your take on this crucial matter?
Babu Sahib, I think football should be banned.
Oh,
How
sorry,
come?
Mr. Sub. Yeah, I'm here now.
You seem like a football man. Would you?
Oh,
do you-
me? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, good. I thought so. So you saw Mbappe's goal in the final of the Nations League Cup.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
what did you think of the controversy around it?
To be honest, I didn't actually see it because I don't really watch international friendlies, but
Oh, friendly of the tournament. It was a tournament.
nah, I didn't see it though.
Okay.
Was it what was it?
So
Offside
basically,
rule or something?
basically Mbappe was offside, but
Oh
because
yeah.
he touched one of their players along the way, they said that because he had an intention to get the ball, the goal stood. And this is literally towards the end of the game when it's 1-1. So the players thought it was unjust to give that goal when such a crucial time in the game. So do you think decisions like this should stand, or do you think that they should give the defenders the benefit of a doubt?
Uh, I think they should give the strikers the benefit of the doubt because obviously,
That's interesting to hear. That's interesting because a striker's instinct is just to get the ball and score, isn't it?
yeah, because obviously they want to score, so they're always gonna try to get the ball. So it's up to the defender to stop them.
Yeah.
And plus, it was late in the game, so obviously they would want to score. They would want to have a greater intention of scoring.
Yeah.
So I'd let that decision stand.
They were saying technically it was onside, but ethically it was wrong because all the defenders and even most of the stadium knew that it was offside because he was standing in an offside position.
Yeah,
But they still gave it due to technicality of the rule. So it's quite an interesting one.
yeah,
Even now with the VAR, how they were before they were doing even if his like finger is offside, then the whole thing is offside.
oh yeah,
They've adjusted it now to make it look like to make it a bit in the striker's benefit.
yeah,
Not just his little kneecap or his toe that's offside, it's a bit more than that. So I guess
yeah,
there's some improvement, but then it opens up the question of where do you draw the line, and it will just make it more controversial, I think. And there'll be no two similar cases; they'll be very, very different. Do
yeah,
you agree with that?
yeah. Like last season, I thought the VAR rules were quite harsh, but this season I think they've tried to become more lenient. But I still don't like the decision. They're
Yeah.
quite like nitty picky, aren't they?
Yeah, I think with Liverpool season before when there wasn't VAR, a lot of their goals were given. And if you look at their stats for the amount of offsides they have one of the highest. And maybe that's one of the reasons. Those are one of the few teams that was affected the most with the VAR rule. So
Yeah,
it decides titles. People don't realize it, but it decides big points towards the end of the season.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Do
true.
you think it's a good thing VAR in the game, or do you think it's caused more problems?
Um, I think well, even VAR makes mistakes as well.
Yeah,
Like referees make mistakes, but with VAR, it's run by humans, so they're probably going to be making errors as well. So I think I'll probably scrap it because it's not really benefiting anyone,
hmm.
is it really?
I mean, yeah, and yes and no. It's difficult because when you're in a big final and they score
Yeah,
against you, you're wishing that there's a chance, even the smallest chance, that they were offside, and there's no way to tell it unless you go to the computers. So in those
yeah,
situations, I think it's good, but like it's hard. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say.
yeah. Like when it goes your way, you like it, but then when like it doesn't go your way, then you don't like it. So I think you get both sides of it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting debate. I think it's going to be with us for the rest of our life, so it's good to talk about it.
yeah.
Back to you, Khuddam. Let's see what's next in the news. Sorry, I think you're on mute, Carlton.
Yeah, I was trying to mute. So for comedy news, everyone's favorite, Boris Johnson sparks hilarious social media reaction as he mimics Churchill and paints a picture during Marbella holiday. I think that's the painting he made, and yeah. I mean, well, here's UK facing shortages and petrol problems. Here him just on the corridor, just painting.
Yeah, he's not an artist, is he?
Yeah. As for the disaster segment, the death of Sir David Amis. So Sir David, who was 69, has been an MP since 1983 and was married to 5 children, have been stabbed to death. A lot of people have sent condolences and commemorated his death. Jamaati news. If you haven't written a letter to Hazoor, try to do so weekly. Uh, Leaflet distribution. So just today, Khuddam from West and Upper West joined for a leaflet distribution at Dudley Station. Mashallah. Is this the first proper leaflet distribution we've had since COVID?
Yeah, so Umar, is Zaid by able to talk? I know he's driving. I don't want to distract you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Zaid.
Guys.
Okay, so Khuddam are quite eager to listen to how it went and the initiative behind it and the first time how the feeling was. So if you could just capture those emotions for us and just let us know how it was.
Okay, I'll try my best, guys. I'm driving, but Amra's got the phone. Yeah, so alhamdulillah, it was our first time after COVID. We went out and we done leaflet distribution today. We've been given permission from Jamaat side now to go out and distribute leaflets. So basically today when we were there, we went to a station which was the Sunwell and Dudley station, and we targeted the evening time, which was the peak time, around about 4:30 to 6 p.m. Trying to basically catch the peak rush hour. There was a bit of a rush there, but obviously it's just at the beginning stages where we're trying to understand, where's the best place for us to distribute Jamaat leaflets. And the idea obviously is that first is that obviously we should try to make as much of these leaflet distributions as we can, and then we should also, whilst doing these leaflet distributions, we should kind of think thoroughly through that, what is basically what is the purpose behind this and what our aim is. And also while thinking of that, just also think about basically, what would be the most useful way while doing leafletting. So I was thinking more of attracting busier sites where we can hand out as many leaflets to people. And one of the ideas which I shared with Rabi Saab is many times before as well, is to target tube stations where people have where there's normally individual people's, they're not in a rush, such as shopping or anything like that. They're going to go into a tube, so they're either going to go on their phone, or you either give them a leaflet of, let's say, Messiah has come, and they go through this message and they read the message of the Imam Mahdi, and we pass this message to them. And we all have we all as Ahmadi Muslims, we have been told that we should be actively be preaching the message of the Messiah, that has Imam Mahdi, that has come. And it's our duty as well, to deliver this message, whether it's leafletting, whether it's social media, whatever it is. But now, alhamdulillah, we've been given the opportunity to do it back in person. So it was great to be out there And today I was also speaking to a lady, for good, I think 20 to 30 minutes. And, it was so amazing that this person could listen, to what I was trying to preach to her. So all in all, it was really amazing. And at the end of the day, what the message that you're giving, I think it's very important that we have a very good we have a very basically a very hard task and a duty, to deliver this message of the Imam Mehdi. So you're actually saying the words of God. So this is nothing very light, on our shoulders, and it's such a great responsibility. And whilst even speaking to these individuals, the reaction and what there was that they've not heard of anything such as this before, and that was something which was amazing, and for me to kind of just go through that experience. So yeah, jazakallah guys for listening.
I don't know, you guys were just a few people, but what was the feeling of just being with your brothers again after so long and doing something that you've been itching to do for so long now?
I think the thing is that I've myself, I've wanted to do this for a very long time. Unfortunately, COVID put us very back behind this.
Hmm.
But obviously the intention was there. Obviously it was amazing to get to be around with the boys and go out there and basically preach the message. And obviously that's something, that was something very good. But I think one thing is that is that we all have weaknesses within ourselves, whether to make a decision to go, and it's just that first decision. Either we struggle basically, and if we can just make that decision and we can find the time, I'm sure everyone else out there as well. The outcome of it, you would feel you would feel happy that you feel basically your heart will feel basically calm and feel very good as well that you've done something useful today. So yeah, well, obviously it was very good to be with the brothers, and this is something yourself you would spiritually and mentally, you would feel very good as well, inshallah, about when while you are preaching the message of the Imam Mahdi as well of the age. So yeah,
Yeah, 100%. And this is something that
Jazakallah.
this is something our souls really they crave. And the feeling that you get is basically you giving your soul spiritual food, which has been missing for so long. And so that's why you
Yeah,
feel so satisfied when you've given a letter or that you just had a nice conversation with someone. It's that feeling that you've done something to please Allah, and that's a instant impact on you, which is
exactly.
it's like a it's like a drug that you get addicted to and you want to keep it going. So
Yeah,
I'm happy that we're able to do things in person now. So inshallah we can continue it, keep it going, and keep motivating more people to join you in this cause, and you'll see the fruits of it, inshallah, as quick as possible.
inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah Zaid bhai for that quick update. It's really nice to hear from you, and good to have you back on Khuddam, mate. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. So go back to Qasim now, please. Jazakallah.
All right, Jazakallah. Next on the segment, we have if you don't already know, the Majlis Khuddam, they have launched a new app. It's an app to keep you updated with any news, events, and notifications directly from the MTA UK.
Has it been
Also,
updated yet?
sorry,
When's the last time they updated it?
I have no idea. I haven't installed it yet because my phone actually doesn't have that much storage.
Okay.
I'm in the process of buying a new phone. I've actually bought it, but I need to kind of do all the stuff in it first. Yeah. Now finally ending it with this week with Hazoor.
Jazakallah. Just on the topic of the app, sorry, Qasim, before you start, there's a really good app called Chanda. So if you type in Chanda on your app store or Play Store, what it is basically calculates the Chanda that you're supposed to give. So you just type in. So I don't know if you can see here. So you type in if you have student loan, yes or no, and your annual gross income, deductions, net income, and then it just works out all the things that you're supposed to give in terms of Jalsa, Salana, Khuddam, Chanda, Chanda, and Tehrik magazine. So you can set all that up online on the app. So it's quite useful. A lot of people don't know how much they're supposed to give. So this is a great way of doing that. So I just saw this now. So I'm going to get into that as well soon. Let you know how it goes. So yeah, good thing to have. Jazakallah. Back over to you, Qasim.
Hazrat Masih Maud salam mentions that followers in his community will excel in knowledge and will confound all others with the light of their truth, reasoning, and signs. Beloved Hazoor, how can we become a part of these blessed members?
You see, to achieve anything, you have to work hard. If a student is hardworking, who believes in Allah Ta'ala, and a student who is also hardworking, who does not believe in Allah Ta'ala, and both are trying to achieve and excel in their knowledge and wisdom. So Allah Ta'ala will give reward to both of them, since both of them are working hard to achieve their goal and objective, right? But for a person who is a religious person, who believes in Allah Ta'ala, and who thinks that I am from the community of Prophet Messiah Islam, whom Allah Ta'ala has promised that he will excel his followers in wisdom and knowledge, then we have to pray to Allah Ta'ala that both of us are working hard to achieve this goal. But I believe in you. So I pray to you that you give me more wisdom and give better result of my effort. So in this way, you can have better result. Otherwise, if you are not praying to Allah Ta'ala, you are not discharging your duties you owe to Allah Ta'ala, you are not following the commandments of Allah Ta'ala, then you will not achieve these things. So don't think it is a negative point. It is a plus point because you are not only achieving all these goals here in this world, but it will also help you in the hereafter. Right? So keeping in view all these things, if you work hard and whichever field you have chosen for yourself and try to excel in it, inshallah ta'ala you will succeed and excel. But if you half-heartedly discharge the duties you owe to Allah Ta'ala, then result will not be as favorable, as positive as you think you should have been. Right? So for a true believer, you have to keep in mind that you have to discharge your duties to Allah Ta'ala alongside working hard in your field of study. Right?
So that was this week with Hazoor. As always, he gives the best, the most amazing advice. Wait, sorry. There. So yeah, Jazakallah for listening, and making it this far. I'm not sure if we have a Kahoot, but I think Daniel Bhai can tell the answer to that. Jazakallah. Merb Sahib, you're muted.
अच्छा मैं कह रहा हूँ हाँ दानियल भाई बताओ सच बताओ
जी no Kahoot.
Jazakallah Sadiq.
Wow.
we have
You can do this one for you.
yeah we got inshallah.
I'm gonna put this in next week. KU's Muhammad Daniel Qureshi fails again.
Fails again.
Feature news.
Ali is 3 times now, I think. No?
Oh wow, hat trick.
Qasim, I was at the tabligh sword, bro.
No, don't worry.
चलो
I'm not worried.
ठीक है अच्छा हो गई Talha. Last week we didn't have Khuddam night because as you know it was Jalsa Salana Germany, so Hazoor did give a speech on Saturday which was revolved around taqwa, which is attaining righteousness. So the main point which I got from that is how beloved Hazoor said that in everything that we do, every action that we do, always have Allah the Almighty in your minds and try to please Allah the Almighty. And he said, if you do that, and if you do try to please Allah the Almighty, then you are fulfilling your right to Him, and which is basically our purpose of life. So it's just about mindset. If you guys do anything in life and you just ask yourself, is this going to please Allah or is it going to upset Allah? If you have that strong will inside of you, then theoretically all of your actions will be good. And then if you put it in your mind that you know Allah's going to be upset with this, whether you do it or not, at least you have it in your mind that I made a mistake this time. At least you know it's a mistake, so that you can ask Allah for forgiveness. We don't want to get to the position of sinning and doing something wrong, and at the same time not realizing that it's wrong. So this is a really, really important advice that Hazur gave to the Germany Jamaat, and obviously for the whole world as well. One of the reasons is that we should never think of ourselves of anything. You guys would know that whenever Germany members of the Jamaat would come to Jalsa UK, for example, all they would say is that our country is the best country. We have this better than the UK. We have this better than UK. All the UK has is Hazoor. If Hazoor wasn't there, then your country would be nothing. So so I think that this is a wrong to think that, and we should always just be grateful that the Jamaat is spreading and the Jamaat is advancing. And so we too shouldn't be like that as well. We've all experienced people coming to this country and saying these things. The simple answer would be, why do you come to this country then if you hate it so much? So what we always have to be humble, and always set our targets to please Allah the Almighty and no one else. And then inshallah, that will be us fulfilling our pledge and our promise to Allah the Almighty. So that was the small summary of that speech in the Friday sermon, the lecture to the Germany Jalsa. Now pass over to Talha. So Talha, I believe you're going to be doing the summary of the Friday sermon of today.
Yeah.
So if you get to hear it, please listen to it fully. But here we just give a small summary. So Talha, over to you.
All right. I'll just share the screen. Yeah, so today in Hazoor's Friday sermon, he stated that it is recorded by Hazrat Umar's Anhu's son that when his father was attacked, he was beside him. The people asked Hazrat Umar to appoint a Khalifa after him. He replied, saying that there was president of someone better than him, i.e. Hazrat Abu Bakr Anhu, who appointed his successor. However, he said there was also the president of someone even greater than him, i.e. the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who did not explicitly appoint his successor. Hazrat Umar's son knew after his father used this example that he would not appoint his successor. In today's sermon, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih quoted the second Caliph Anhu, who explained one aspect of the promise of God in relation to Khilafat, that he would change their state of fear into a state of peace. He explained that Hazrat Umar himself prayed to be martyred in Medina, and this prayer was accepted. Therefore, it cannot be said that his fear was not turned into peace, because he never feared martyrdom in the first place. In fact, this prayer was accepted in a way that Hazrat Umar's Anhu's desire for martyrdom was fulfilled, and it was done so without a foreign army attacking Medina, thus keeping the Muslims safe. Instead, this plot rose from within Medina, and as such, the prayer of Hazrat Umar was accepted. His Holiness further said that before he passed away, Hazrat Umar Anhu asked his son about the amount which he owed in debt. This debt had not been incurred due to personal needs, rather it was as a result of tending and caring for the poor and spending on them. Hazrat Umar Anhu instructed his son on how to repay this debt, and very soon after his demise, his son repaid his father's debt. And that was the summary of Hazoor's speech today. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Always nice to hear the summary in a deep voice. Add to the effect. We should get you an MTA band. The voice of Islam or something. No effects needed. So Friday sermons, as we said, really important to listen to and try to digest what Hazoor is saying and try to implement them into our lives. So Jazakallah Talha and also Zishan for helping out on that. So we're going to play a small Kasoti game. So I'll pass over to Daniel. Daniel, if you could just lead the session, please. I know a few people.
Murabbi Sahib is getting ready to come for namaz.
Acha. ठीक है फिर. I think you as well. बस मैं रह गया हूँ.